What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. So today, on today's agenda, as you can see, we're on the freeway and we're actually on the way to the homie Big Tonk's house. If you guys know anything about e-rides and electric bikes and all that, Tonk is the man. He's everywhere in LA, and yeah, he's the boy. So today we're actually going to be picking up the Naxeon bike, which is the new electric bike. This thing is big, bro. And the reason why we're picking it up is because Naxeon is looking for new possible people to sponsor, and your boy was one of the basically contenders, one of the contestants, one of the options for. So you're probably wondering, what do you mean like one of the contestants? So there's basically a challenge between me and 6 other people to get sponsored by Naxeon. We'll show you the bike a little bit, show you how it looks, some of the features when we get home. We just made it to Big Tonk's house. We have the Naxeon on the back of the truck. Shout out to Tonk for helping me lift this thing up because we didn't have a ramp, so we had to kind of like put it on the driveway. And this thing is 300 pounds, so it was not easy. So we just made it to Julian's house, aka Drift 8. Holy, he just picked up the E-Ride Pro SR, which is basically the world's most powerful e-bike, baby. Let it rip, baby. Put it in reverse, Terry. So we brought it to the back. We have it next to the E-Ride Pro 3.0 stored. But check this thing out, boys. Look at the size comparison between the Naxeon and the E-Ride Pro. This thing is like a skeleton, and this is like an obese guy right here. So today, as you can see, what does this card say? Naxeon. And we got the keys to this fully electric Naxeon bike. Let's go take this thing for a rip. We're actually gonna do the 20-mile challenge. This thing is insane, bro. So we're gonna take this thing out. We're gonna go try this thing out on the streets, baby. So let's go get her all started, and I'll resume the video when we're on the street. Welcome to the start of the ride, boys. Today we have the Naxeon full electric bike. This thing honestly reminds me of like a European scooter. Should never judge a book by its cover, but that's what I did because this thing's a little bit beefy. And let me tell you guys, the brakes on these things, look at the front brake. Like, you almost stop immediately because of how big the brake is. So let's make this turn right here. We're going to be riding on the street, so we got to be a little bit careful. But this is our time to check out the top speed, baby. Let's do it. 45, 50. Yeah, super good for this bike. Like, I don't think you guys understand it. This is honestly a super good bike. This is going to be the long form video, obviously, for the YouTube, but there's going to be a short form video on Instagram. So make sure you guys go show love to that. At Takes to that. Hopefully, we get pick for this time because there's only going to be one winner. So this thing goes faster than a stock Suron. And a stock Suron has a 60-volt battery, which is like pretty crazy because the Suron only goes like top speed 43 miles per hour. So automatically this is already 10 miles per hour more than what you would get out of a Suron. So we're already about 2 miles into the ride. And honestly, my initial thoughts on this bike, I love it. Like, obviously, this is not anything compared to like a Suron or a Talaria XXX or even like an E-Ride Pro, because those things, in my opinion, are like wheelie machines. They have so much torque. But check out the launch. We're at 0, right? Let's get this going. 20, 30, 40. We're at 50 already. I think the gap is 55. 53. 9. 57. Oh, it just 60 miles per hour, bro. That is crazy. Let me actually pull over just to talk about that real quick because that is insane to me. Holy boys. We just went 60 miles per hour on this bike right here. Now, if you were to ask me if I thought this bike would go 60 miles per hour, I would literally tell you no. Like, look at this bike. It doesn't even look bad. That's not why I'm saying that. But it's kind of bulky and it's just different, you know? How's it going? Do you like how it looks? Yeah? Does it look like it goes 60 miles per hour? No. No, right? Looks like it would go like 25. Yeah, I cannot believe that this thing goes 60 miles per hour. Like, that was definitely the top speed run and it honestly amazed me. Like, I can't even lie, that's pretty impressive for this bike. And I gotta be honest, another thing that I want to talk about is this suspension on this bike is actually a lot better than what I expected. Like, look at this bump. It could just, like, it's actually really, really smooth. And overall, I think I like that bike. And not only that, it actually has a boost button right here, right behind the throttle. And it kind of reminds me of like the E-Ride Pro 2.0. If you guys know, the E-Ride Pro 2.0 has like a turbo button, which gives you like an 8-second range, I believe, of like more power. So that's super cool. I like how they included kind of something like that. It definitely gives you a bang for your buck. Again, I know it's a little bit more expensive than your average e-bike, but with more expensive, with more money, you get more, I guess, things on the bike, such as reverse, park. You even have a horn. And honestly, the horn is pretty subtle. You also have your lights and you have your high beams, which is super sick. And not only that, boys, check this out. You also have your side mirrors if you want to use them, which I think is super, super sick. Now we're about 5 miles deep into the ride. So we have about 15 miles left for the challenge. And we're just going to keep on going with this, man. And then check this out, boys. These are your turning signals. So you have the right turning signal, the left turning signal. You even have hazards. And then this is your button for your lights and your high beams, which is super, super sick. So right now, it even tells you the PSI for both your front and back tire with the range and the battery percentage. We left the house with 85% and we're only at 83%, which is super, super good. We're gonna go right now to a dirt trail. So we're just gonna test out. Obviously, this is not really meant for dirt. So we're actually in the turning lane. So we're gonna go ahead, turn on the turning signal. So this is the trail that I was telling you about. It's gonna be a dirt trail for the most part. This is a walking trail. So technically I'm not supposed to be on here, but we're just doing it for the video. So this doesn't have any dirt tires by any means. It actually has street tires, but it handles just well on the dirt as it does on the street. And it even can go on grass, of course. So let's rip this thing around a little bit, have some fun. And we'll let you guys know how it is. My initial thoughts. The suspension is super good, super smooth, super fast, and this thing all around just rips, man. Like, you can just make moves on this. And again, it's so big that, like, I don't think that the cops would even question it. This thing is a machine. It is handling so good on the grass as well as the dirt. I mean, this thing is super, super sick, man. I love it. We're getting to the end of the trail. I honestly think that my official review of this thing is super, super good, guys. Like, honestly, I couldn't ask for a better bike that is not only this big, but also looks this good. So this is just honestly really nice. Like, if you guys are looking for just a bike that you want to cruise on that maybe doesn't catch too much attention like the Surons and the E-Ride Pros and the Talaria Triple X's do, I think this is your best bet. It comes with a big brake kit. It comes with a nice paint job. The seat is actually pretty big. I feel like you can fit 2 people on it. It comes with something that most e-bikes don't come with, which is like the turning signals. What's going on, big dog? Homie got the Talaria Triple X. It's like he's gonna pop a wheelie. I'm gonna try to zoom in so you guys can see him. He did a one-hander. Let's go.
Good, man.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good, man. You wanna ride this thing real quick?
Sure.
Yeah?
What is it?
It's a Naxeon. I'm just doing like a review on it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah?
Are you Nick's guy?
I am.
Yeah, I saw your post on it.
Fuck yeah, bro.
This is.
Oh, I can follow you. You said what?
This is obviously the back brake?
Yeah, that's back brake.
Okay.
Super quiet, bro. Yeah, bro, you could do a pull, bro. Go ahead. That shit's fast. Ready? Go. Oh! Oh yeah. That thing is quick, bro. Look at that.
How fast was this one?
I just did like a speed test, bro, and it went 60.
Yeah, it feels like it could go more.
Yeah.
I didn't want to like go
Over like speed
bump on
them.
that, yeah.
Honestly, the suspension is like pretty good. Obviously, it's not like as good as those, but like for what it is, I feel like it's just big. That's why.
It is my birthday today, so.
It's your birthday?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, happy birthday, bro. How old are you turning?
15.
Fuck yeah.
I'm coming to home.
Yes, sir. Oh, cause what, you would have had school or what?
Yeah, I go to Da Vinci.
Oh, okay. What Da Vinci?
TNT.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I'll see you around, bro.
Alright, bro.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Happy birthday, bro. So it was actually homie's birthday, so that's pretty sick. I'm glad that I got to let him ride this thing on his birthday, get like a feel out of it. But we're actually gonna go on the other side. So we were just on that side of the trail, so now we're gonna go on this side. It's basically the same thing, but you know, it's a 20-mile ride. Right now we're at about 58 miles. So we started at about 65. So that means we're only 7 miles into this 20-mile long video. So we honestly have a little bit to go. We're going to be riding around the city a little bit and sit back. I hope you guys have some food to enjoy this video because it's kind of going to be a long one. I'll try to make it as short as possible because I know 20-mile ride is like pretty long for if I was like recording the whole time. But yeah, enjoy the video, boys. Oh, we almost slid out right there, bro. That would have been crazy. All right, boys. So right now we're actually going to be headed towards Costco. I want to go see if we can see some of the homies that are pushing parts outside. And honestly, I just want to see what their initial thoughts are on the bike. Once I find one of the homies, I'll turn on the camera again and we'll get their honest reaction. So I found the homie, the one that I wanted to find. Let's sneak up on him.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's a Naxeon, big dog.
What's that?
It's an electric bike.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you give it a run?
No, well, I did, but I got a better one. I gotta come back with it. Like it?
It's not.
It's kind of cool, huh? It reminds me of like those European like mopeds, you know? Like
It kind of looks like a Grom.
low key, it does look
It
like a
looks
Grom.
like a
It does look
Grom.
like a Grom. Yeah, bro, it goes like 60 miles per hour.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Golly.
I thought it was. Doesn't it look like it goes way less?
It does.
Like low
It
key,
looks heavy.
bro. It's 300 pounds.
How long you had it?
I literally picked it up yesterday.
Oh,
So
wow.
today is like my first day like riding it around and shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, bro. Pretty sick though. Like,
Got blinkers. Technically, this thing, all you gotta do is put a.
no, you can. I think you can because
Yeah.
it has like the bracket right there.
Mhm. And technically, you got the brake lights and blinkers.
Exactly.
You got mirrors and a headlight.
Yeah, you basically got everything, bro. And it goes fast enough.
I know.
All right, boys. So it seemed like the homies liked it. Everybody seems to honestly like this bike because this is not like your regular e-bike. This honestly looks like a moped or like a Grom, he was saying. When I pulled up, he said he honestly thought that I was on a Grom, which is like super, super sick. And another thing too, like look at this. It's so stable. I just went over a whole bump without hands. No hands, right? And we're gonna go over the bump. Smooth, bro. The bars almost don't even move. Look, this is like a Grom right here. Look, check it out, check it out. Look at this guy. So that thing I think was even smaller than what this is, to be honest with you. But right now we're at 55 miles. So we're about 10 miles into the 20-mile journey. And yeah, we have 10 more miles. So let's make the best out of it. I found this group of dirt bikes right here. We have a Suzuki, we have an R1, but I just want you guys to see the comparison. We have the R1, we have the GSX S1000, we have, what is this? A CBR, and then we have the Ducati. And just check out the size difference. It's almost like a full-size bike, except it's just a little bit smaller. It's actually R7, not an R1. I don't know why I said R1. Still only 10 miles into the ride, which is crazy. You got to keep this challenge going. 10 miles left. My honest review, 10-mile review, no issues. Everything still works. Everything functions perfectly. And the range on this is actually pretty good. We left the house with 85% and we're at about 74%. I'm honestly really enjoying this ride on this Naxeon. Once again, shout out to Naxeon for letting me even take this bike for a couple of days and testing it out. I really hope that we can get sponsored by them and we can add this thing to the fleet and be a part of the Naxeon team. I feel like that would be a really cool thing to have part of our sponsorship list. So right now we're actually headed towards the beach. That's why you see these hills. So it's really going to get put to the test to see how this bike does, not only on street, not only on dirt, but also on hills. All right, so we have a pretty decent sized hill. We haven't gone up a hill this big at all. So let's just see how it performs. This is full throttle. We're going 35 miles per hour, which is pretty good. Like, I can't lie to you. For a bike that has this much power, I mean, going up a hill at 35 miles per hour is pretty good. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm actually standing up on this bike, and even standing up, it feels super, super comfortable. All right, let's get this thumbnail real quick, boys. So that looks pretty good, and we'll go like this. There you go, one more. Just like that. Alrighty. So here's a quick little update. We're at 52 miles with about 70%. We're going to start heading somewhat towards home. That way we can end it right at 20 miles and be precise. And that way we can give you a full review and my honest thoughts at the end. This thing looks almost as if it should be registered and has like a normal motorcycle on the streets. So that's why I don't feel as sketchy riding it around as I do, for example, the Sur-Ron or the E-Ride Pro, which all fall kind of under the same category. But this thing is just super clean, man. Like, I don't have to worry about the cops. At least that's what I think right now. You know, I haven't really ran into any cops, so I can't really tell you for sure if they would want to pull me over or chase me or whatever. But so far, so good. Nice little tight turn right here. You see, it's so big, and honestly, it takes that turn like nothing. Like, I don't even have to put my foot out or nothing. I can literally just turn the wheel, and the turning range on this thing is super, super good, man. We're gonna go behind over here. Like I said, super good turning radius. No problems with that, especially because of how big it is. You would think that the turning radius is maybe like a little bit short or something, but no. I mean, this thing is like performing pretty well and everything. Fun, boys. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I know this is kind of like more of a review video more than like a ride along. I mean, it kind of is like a ride along, but I'm sure you guys are used to seeing like wheelies and stuff like that whenever you watch an e-ride video, or an e-bike video, I should say. But nonetheless, I hope you guys are enjoying this video, a little bit different, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And again, I know I said it, but thank you to Naxeon, because this video would not be possible if it wasn't for them lending this bike so that I can make this video. So a huge shout out to Naxeon. And honestly, if you guys as a viewer are thinking about buying this bike, I would highly recommend it. There's a few bikes out there on the market that sometimes I would tell people that I don't recommend it, but this bike is actually the opposite. I would recommend this bike, especially as a starter. Now, if you're low on funds, or maybe you just don't want to spend that much, maybe this is not the bike for you. Especially if you want to do wheelies and stuff, this is definitely not the bike. But if you just want to cruise, maybe be under the radar a little bit, have some different style to it, even ride this thing at night, I think this is a perfect bike for somebody that is looking for that specific type of bike. And just as a little update, we are at 49 miles, so we only have 4 more miles for this 20-mile challenge. And I think by the time that we get home, it should be right about 45 miles. So hopefully we get that 20 miles done, and then we'll give you an official review and my initial thoughts, or official thoughts, at the end of the video. So right now we are in El Segundo. That's why you see Top Golf right here. And I'm kind of just going through the parking lot, mainly because I want to get one more person to just give me their initial thoughts on this bike and give me their opinion. So let's try to find another guy, and that way we can truly see what their opinion is on this bike. Hopefully they're not weirded out that I just kind of go up to them. What's going on, bro? Hey man, you mind giving me your initial thoughts on this bike real quick? Think it's cool? It's electric.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's just a little bulky, though.
A little bulky, right? How fast do you think it goes?
I don't know how fast regular motorcycles go, so.
Motorcycles like usually like this, maybe like for sure like 65.
40.
40? Hell yeah, man. This thing goes 60.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Have a good one, bro.
I'm electric car, so.
Okay. Have a good one, bro. Oh yeah, guys. So his initial thoughts was that it was nice. Obviously, he said it's bulky, especially for an electric bike. You wouldn't expect an electric bike to be so bulky, at least in my thoughts. I would expect an electric bike to look kind of like more of a Sur-Ron. But there you have it. I mean, that was totally out of the blue. I didn't know that guy. He didn't know me. And it was not set up at all. And his initial thoughts were that he liked it. So that just kind of says a lot, because most people, I think, would be honest if they didn't like the bike. But yeah, let's keep on going home. We're at about still 49 miles, so we got 4 miles left. So Darcy actually is right here, and homie was just signing some stuff. How's it going, brother? Pretty good. You guys didn't know Darcy is from the LA Kings. Obviously he's a player from the LA Kings. Super sick. That was super random, but obviously that's the training facility for the LA Kings here in El Segundo, so not that surprised. There was even some people getting their pucks signed by him, which is super sick in my opinion. Look at this van, see if they turn. Go. Thank you very much. All right, and we have 3 miles left, boys. 3 miles until we complete the 20-mile challenge. It's been nothing but good on this bike, and it will continue to be nothing but good. 46 miles, if you can see right there. We only have 1 more mile until we complete the 20-mile challenge, and let's start heading home. We're about a mile away from home, so I think by the time we get home, it should be at 45 miles, which basically adds up to 20 miles because we started at 65 miles. So 65 to 45 is 20 miles, baby. Let's get this thing done. Green light, baby, let's go. 15 miles per hour, 25, 30. This thing picks up so quick, man. 45 miles per hour, 50. Let's see if we can hit 60 again. We have to stop before the lights come. We're at 60 miles per hour, ladies and gentlemen. So even at 60%, which is almost half battery, we still get 45 miles of range, and we can still go 60 miles per hour, which is pretty impressive because on most electric bikes and electric vehicles in general, the power of the vehicle actually gets cut a little bit after you pass like 60%, 50%. So that's honestly super impressive. Nice little downhill under the freeway action. Yeah. And just like that, boys, we're back home. So let's actually stop for a moment, boys, and we're gonna give you our official review of the Naxeon e-bike. As you guys can see, we are at 44 miles, so that completes the 20-mile challenge. We still have 60%. Both tire pressures are the same. We went off-roading on this thing. We basically went anywhere you can think of. We went on the road, on the street, on dirt, on grass, and it held up just perfectly. So my favorite things about this bike, I love that it has this dual bulb headlight in the front, and this like body right here on the side kind of goes over the forks, which is super sick. I love the color. I love that you have your side mirrors. Not only that, you have turning signals in the front and in the back. And this thing can honestly become street legal because, as you can see, it has a mount for a license plate, which is cool. It even has a rear brake light along with a rear camera. And along with the rear camera, of course, you have the front camera, which is right there. And then on top of that, this thing actually charges with a Tesla charger. So you can pull up anywhere and just charge up, which I think is super cool because that defeats the whole point of carrying around your charger. Because like with the Suron, Talaria, and with the E-Ride Pros, you can't just pull up to like a regular charging station. You have to be carrying the charger with you. In terms of cons, I think the only con is how heavy it is. But for the style of bike, it makes sense because you're not going to be wheeling this thing. This thing is huge. On top of that, I don't really have any negative things to say about this bike besides that it's heavy, but that makes sense. Thank you again to Naxeon for sponsoring this video and basically allowing me to ride this thing around. And without further ado, I want to say thank you to you guys because without you guys, this would not be possible. These opportunities that have risen and have come to me are just not possible without you guys, the viewers. So I just want to give a very big thank you to you guys for watching all these videos and continuing to support me on my journey. And that concludes the video. Thank you to Naxeon. Thank you to you guys. Thank you to everybody. And let's go home, baby. Okay. And just like you turn it on, you turn it off. So you're going to get the Naxeon key and you're just going to hold it right about there. And it makes like the iconic electric sound and just shuts off. So without this key, you can't do anything, boys. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.